Hey, ready? Put the jelly beans down. A Blade in the Dark, the second in Lamberto Bava's filmography. It tells the bloody tale of a classic slasher. A music composer is put up in a lavish villa while he writes music for a thriller still in production.
And the villa where you'll stay and where you'll do your work is a sufficiently scary place to inspire you. It's very large, very isolated.
Oh, and there's a killer on the loose. Obviously. Through creative mix of score and diegetic music, our protagonist often plays his very own suspense themes for the stalker lurking in the shadows. The film recalls Brian De Palma's Blowout, as the mystery kicks off once the hero listens back over his work following an extended recording session, and finds that he is not alone in this house, because someone was whispering while he played. So why should you care about this movie? It's a slasher film made in the 80s, it's got an overly convoluted plot to disguise the fact that nothing actually makes sense, and it was originally made for Italian television. So who cares? It's not the first film to do those things, and even if it were, would that be a good thing? You may be turned off by films like these. Too violent, overly silly, no longer contemporary or challenging to a modern audience. It does not apply to a filmmaker interested in social realism or documentary. In terms of subject matter, perhaps not, but that would be missing the treasure here. This film is special, not necessarily because of what it does with the genre, but because of the example it leads by. It highlights what is most important to the success of a project: talent, trust, teamwork. How's that?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. It is a film crafted by professionals, not by stacks of money, and that is a mindset that any aspiring filmmaker could learn to live by. The film has such a deep respect for the blade, a trademark of the slasher genre. It is a giallo, but stripped back. The vibrant candy colours of Suspiria are nowhere to be found. A Blade in the Dark instead draws from a more realistic, soft, pastel colour palette. While its visuals may be pared back when compared to other entries in the genre, the film displays some of the most shockingly violent and painful sequences the giallo has ever seen. Because when you're talking about the violence in this film, you're really talking about the bathroom scene.
Yeah.
Like, that bathroom scene goes on.
That was a great scene, yeah.
Like, your one gets the blade through the hand, bag over the head, bashed off the sink, thrown into the bathtub, throat slit as if she wasn't already fucking dead. And then you get the best part where the killer is like only after realising what they've done now, and that,
and
like, they have to clean it up. They get the Kleenex and they're just there like, oh. It's just like, you're gonna need some more than a few sheets of Kleenex, love. The swimming pool scene is a standout. Beautifully photographed and edited, it acts as a great example of creating tension during a sequence that could easily have been read as uneventful. Instead, anxiety builds as the score swells and the blade sits menacingly on the pool floor, glaring at the woman above. The film falls prey to the same pitfalls as most in the genre: awkward acting, bad dubbing, but the overall quality of the production is so high that it rises above its shortcomings and culminates in a fine piece of genre cinema with a truly frightening finale. A Blade in the Dark was a challenging film to make, with several obstacles and caveats attached to the production from the get-go. The film was given a very small budget, and had to be shot within 3 weeks, largely in one location. Cinematographer Gian Lorenzo Battaglia was chosen by Bava to work on the project, one of his first gigs as director of photography. In an interview included on the Arrow Video release of the film, it's actually not Arrow Video, it's 88 Films. In an interview included on the 88 film release of the film, he recalls the location being a challenge in itself. The producer had just bought a new villa and thought it would make a great locale for the movie. The house had yet to be renovated, so on one hand the crew didn't have to be too careful, because if you accidentally marked the walls, no big deal. On the other, the DOP had only those pale grey walls and no furniture to work with. So in order to create a sense of dread, a striking mood which is so essential to a genre piece like this, Battaglia had to get innovative. So what they did was, they got metal grates that had floral designs, geometric designs, and they placed them over the windows of the house. And then by lighting the house from the outside in, a wallpaper of light and darkness was created. When asked if he was influenced by other filmmakers, Battaglia explained that it is a profession where you learn from others, then filter it through your own sensibilities. Not only is this true for the individual, you have to create in your own way, regardless of your inspirations. This is also true for the team member. A Blade in the Dark was made in just 18 days, whereas an hour-long TV show has 3 to 4 weeks. And that's with modern tech. A Blade in the Dark was shot on 16mm. We all believed in this film. Bava was very collaborative. He had faith in me, I had faith in him. He left me free to make my own decisions. It was a very small crew, like a family. I think this perfectly captures what a crew must become in a project like this. This means taking on more work. For example, almost everyone involved with A Blade in the Dark had 2 production roles. Battaglia acted as both DOP and camera operator, while Michele Soavi took the reign of first AD alongside acting in the film.
I guess any kind of work can become routine.
Lamberto Bava also edited the film, and the murder sequences are full of inventive, impactful edits, such as sound levels surging as the first victim is sliced up. What this exemplifies is that if there is nothing more important than the success of the film, if you truly love it, if it's all you think about from the moment you wake up to the moment you close your eyes, then you are a filmmaker. Battaglia recalls shooting a promo for Dario Argento's Phenomena, starring Bill Wyman. Yes, Rolling Stone's Bill Wyman. This was Michele Soavi's first opportunity to direct, who later went on to have a successful career in the role. I knew he was a born director, claims the cinematographer. Okay, so they're in Bill Wyman's apartment. Is it his apartment or his hotel room? So they're in Bill Wyman's hotel room at 5 in the morning, and they're getting ready to shoot the final scene of a long, troublesome shoot. And what he has to do is throw a bowl of blood into his face. So Michele Soavi turns to him and he says, "You're going to need to throw a bowl of blood in your face." And he looked up at him as if he wanted to kill the man and everybody else on set. Battaglia was looking at the rest of his crew and he was saying, "Look, we better get out of here. It's 5 in the morning. The guy's going to go crazy." But then Michele whispered something into his ear. Now Battaglia doesn't know what he said, but moments later he agreed to do the shot. Anyone who can get Bill Wyman at 5 in the morning to throw a bowl of blood at his face can only become a director. It's a great story, but what it teaches us is that having big ideas and fancy equipment is only part of the process. You have to be passionate, determined, and have the personable demeanour to connect with the people you direct. It could be argued that the odd one out in this story is Lamberto himself. He was born into filmmaking in a way very few can relate to. Who else has fond memories of growing up as the son and the production assistant to the man who helped forge a subgenre of horror? I'll have to say that again because that was fucked.
Get it right, would you?
Fuck off. Who else has fond memories of growing up being not only the son of, but production assistant to, the man who helped forge a subgenre of horror? Lamberto's heritage gave him knowledge and opportunities the likes of which no film school could provide. That much is indisputable. But it didn't give him talent. Talent cannot be taught. As Gian Lorenzo Battaglia observed in Michele Soavi from within a rock star's hotel room at 5 in the morning, talent is something we are born with. So which is Lamberto Bava? Privileged or prodigy? There's a very touching story of when Lamberto began work on his feature debut, Macabro. He went to his father with the script and asked him if he would like to read it, but he refused. When asked why, he said, "Because if I read it, then I will want to change it, and it's not my film to change, it's yours." Months later, Lamberto returned to his father, who was very ill at this point, this time with the finished film. As the credits rolled, Mario Bava, the giallo maestro, turned to his son and said, "I am very proud of you. I can go now." He passed away 2 months later, on April 27th, 1980. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you should give it a like and a subscribe. And if you want to see more, Zoe has some great content on this channel too, so check it out. But what would she know?